So Perach, you have been with Hadassah Hospital for 2 years now, working with Holocaust survivors. What did you move into that field of work? It's a kind of a very special work with special challenges. What made you go in that direction?
I am a third generation of Holocaust survivors. Both my grandparents are survivors from Hungary. My grandfather was working in the war camps, and he had 11 sisters and brothers and nephews, and all of them, besides one brother, were killed in Auschwitz. And my grandmother was in Auschwitz, lost all her family there, and was the only survivor from her family. And so it's near to my heart, this subject, and it was very important for me to work with them.
Sorry to hear that sad story. And they told you about their fate and about the past? They shared it in the family?
Most of the years they didn't speak about it, but when I was in the 11th grade, I was planning to go to Poland. And so I asked them to tell me. I was very close to them. My grandfather is still alive. My grandmother died a few years ago. And they were willing to tell me, and I went with video camera and I took this story, and then I heard everything.
So, can you tell us, please, what your daily work looks like?
Okay, I've been working a lot with the other social workers in the different wards in the hospital, and I get every morning a list of Holocaust survivors, which is written the year the person was born and the land where it came from, and I speak to the workers and we decide which one I would see and which one she will see according to the situation. And I go to the Holocaust survivors and I talk to them, obviously, hear the story, and the main purpose of this project was to help them with their rights. There are so many different rights and different organizations that are in the field: government, claims conference, volunteer, and each organization has its own rights and his own bureaucracy and his own criteria, and most Holocaust survivors have no idea what they are eligible for. They get one thing and they didn't get the other 3 things that they can get, and we try to see through the story and the details how we can help them to realize all their rights.
Why do the Holocaust survivors in the hospital need special attention? Why is it so important for them?
Obviously, a big part of this job is emotional support, and it goes side by side. I see that a lot of Holocaust survivors are interested with getting recognition more than everything. Having the specific pension tells them that we know that they are Holocaust survivors. It gives them strength. Okay. And obviously, being in a hospital, a lot of the trauma resurface.
That's something you can explain a little more. Why does that happen?
Being in a hospital means that someone else is managing you, means that you have a regular hours of getting fed. You have a number on your end. You get a pajama. There's different. They tell you where you go to sleep, where you come, where you should get awake. And suddenly people remember on the experience of being in the camps. More important, they're sick now. And remembering that sick people in the Holocaust were sent to die. And a lot of times it makes people relive their trauma. And I remember one Holocaust survivor who I spoke to was a child, who 13 or 14 years old, when she came to Auschwitz with her mother and her sister. And her mother and her sister, her little sister, was sent to the left, to the gas chambers. And she was sent to the right. And she told me about it, and she told me that ever since she felt that she's alone. She got married since then, she had children, but she felt that she's alone because she lost her mother and she survived alone. And she told me that right now she feels the most lost because now she feels how much she needs her mother. So right now it is most important for them.
Well, thank you for sharing this. And ask you, how do you try to help them in that situation? What can you do to bring a little bit of relief into their situation here in the hospital?
I think that the most important thing is being with them, listening to them, showing them that we care, and that and letting them know that what they feel is normal and that they can share. And a lot of times, being in the hospital, they feel like they need and they want to share their story, and they want to make sure that people know what they've been through. And a lot of people who didn't speak at all want to speak right now, want to speak because they feel that the end is near and they want to tell their story. And we had a lot of people that we sent to Yad Vashem to them after they've been released from the hospital, because they had the need to tell their story right now, and to have it for the next generations.
Exactly. So we want to see you continue to do the work as long as possible. It's very good to meet you, very good to talk to you. And am I right that you would like to continue this work still for a while?
Of course. I would be happy to do that. We see that we have so much to do. It's never ending. We have different Holocaust survivors who get hospitalized, and they need our support, and they need our emotional support. And also we have so much to do with the rights. The rights are always mishtanot, always changing. There's always something new, and there's also something new that we need to make sure that those survivors know and get. And so it is so important for me to keep working with those survivors.
Well, I can tell you it's very important for us as well. So I hope that the partnership will grow and will continue. You and the wonderful work you do and what we try to do to help. So I hope the best, that we find a good solution for you to continue your great work. Yeah, well, thank you very much for this interview. It's been a pleasure for me.
Thank you also. Thank you for having this project.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you would like to share with our donors in Germany?
I wanted to thank everyone who tries to do something for the Holocaust survivors. I think that we are right now in the last couple of years we can help them. It's very near the time that we don't have any Holocaust survivors alive, and we need to make sure that they feel that they get what they need, that they have our support, that they have our attention, and it's more important now than ever to have this help. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing this with us, and we really hope that you can continue this wonderful work for a long time. Thank you very much.